Okay, so I wanted to do a video on consciousness. What is consciousness? Are you conscious? Do you know what consciousness is? Okay, because the term is thrown around a lot that I see on Facebook and just in general, and a lot of people do not know what that term means, and they're misappropriating that word. Please don't do that, okay? Because there's a whole community of us who actually know what consciousness means, okay? And then there are a lot of people that are masquerading, and that's not cool. All right, so be aware. That's what consciousness is. Consciousness is to be aware, to be awake, and to have a choice, and to be aware of your choice, and then to make it, okay? So if we are 99% animal and 1% divine, that 1%, that God, that divinity within us makes us aware, makes us awake, and makes us aware of a choice, okay? That's what separates us from an animal, the awareness and what makes us have a choice in the things that we do. An animal is a slave to nature. An animal can only do what an animal can do. A dog can only do what a dog can do. A cat can only do what a cat can do. They're assigned things, and they can only go within that realm. They can't go outside of it. We are creatures way on a whole nother level, okay? We can do things outside of those things that are supposedly assigned to our person, okay? We have God within us, all right? We have consciousness, all right? That's what makes us separate from an animal, okay? If you put food on the table, for example, all right, and you say, don't nobody touch my food. Your dog can run up and just snatch your food off the table and eat it. And then you go, bad dog. That's not a bad dog. That's not a bad dog because he's doing what an animal does. He's doing what a dog does. A dog is not aware that this is somebody else's food. All he sees is food, so he's going to grab it. That's animal instinct, okay? We all have that within us as well. That's 99% of us is animal instinct. Okay, a lot of us, what we're going to do is going to be slave to nature. That 1% divinity, okay, that 1% divinity separates us and makes us have a choice for you to ask if you was a human in that situation. If you see food on the table, we have a choice to ask, hey, whose is this? Can I have some? All right, that is the difference. Okay, that is consciousness. I know a lot of people spend a lot of time going over their history and where they're well educated in whatever area. Man, that is cool. I'm not mad at anybody for being educated and knowing how to read. Hell, years ago, we couldn't even read. We was getting hung for reading. Okay? By all means, read. By all means, use your power, use your eyes, and strive. Okay? But that does not mean you're conscious. That just means you're well versed and well educated in your history. There is a difference. Okay? Consciousness is to be aware of your God, to be aware of life, to be aware of power, to be aware of love. That is consciousness. So when you know all the things you know, and you are well versed and well educated in those areas, and you are all on Facebook going back and forth with people, and you all in your ego wanting to shut somebody down, and they don't know what they're talking about. Okay, those are not godlike qualities. That's animal. Okay, those are not godlike qualities. That's not consciousness. So when you do those things and say you're part of a conscious community, that's just, I'm sorry, that's not true, okay? Because you are not behaving in a way that you know that you're aware of that person's God, or you're aware of your own God, or you're aware of your own person, which is your vehicle for your God. You wouldn't behave the way you do. You're not a slave to your nature because you're aware, all right? So just like if we see a kid down the street, about to get hit by a car, I can completely speak a whole nother language from someone else. They don't even have to speak what I speak for them to be conscious, for us to both know that child is in danger. Let's run and save that child. That is consciousness, okay? Because that's being aware of life. That's being aware of God. That's being aware of love, okay? That is consciousness. You don't even have to know how to read to be conscious. Okay, if I never knew how to read, if I never knew how to write, I could still be conscious. It's something that is within. That is within, okay, for me to see, to be aware, Okay, it has nothing to do with any pages I read, because there are people in a whole nother country who do not speak what we speak, who cannot read in English or none of those things, and they're conscious as well. And they meditate every day and they're in tune with themselves and their third eye.